And one of the first questions people are going to ask when considering a career in mortgage brokering is really straightforward. Okay, it's going to be, how much does a trainee mortgage broker actually earn? And that is a very fair question. Mortgage brokering is often talked about as one of the high income professions that you can take, but that is usually reflective of experienced, self-employed mortgage brokers, not trainees at the start of their journey. Okay, the reality is a lot more nuanced than that, very different. In fact, trainee earnings vary wildly depending on employment type, location, business model, and how quickly responsibility is given to the advisor. This video is going to break down what most trainees are going to earn in the UK, what affects those numbers, and what to realistically expect in your 12 to 24 months at the very beginning. So then what is a trainee mortgage broker first? A trainee mortgage broker or a trainee mortgage advisor is somebody who is partly qualified or maybe even qualified. They work under supervision, so they're not yet fully competent or authorized. They haven't got CAS status, and they're learning real world advice, systems and lender processes currently. Now, most trainees work within an authorized firm regulated by the Financial Conduct Authority. That's known as the FCA. Now, often they're going to be started in an employed role before they move into a fully authorized position, but not always. So then how much do employed trainee mortgage brokers earn in the UK right now? So most trainee brokers start employed, especially if they're brand new to financial services, and typical base salaries are going to range. You're going to have around 18,000 to 22,000. That's going to be that entry level, maybe an admin heavy role. You're going to have maybe 22 to 28. That's going to be a trainee advisor with client exposure, and maybe 25 to 30. And that's very much going to be London or experienced trainees. Now, those roles often include structured training, supervision and compliance oversight, and limited or no commission initially. So for many firms, the salary reflects the learning time, not the output. So then, do trainee mortgage brokers earn commission? Well, the answer to that is sometimes, but not always. Commission structures vary hugely between firms, so I cannot stress that enough. It's going to be very, very different. But a common commission setup for trainees do include no commission initially, salary only while they train, then maybe small bonuses per completion, so £50 to £250 per case, then low percentage splits, so 5% to maybe 20% of a proc fee, and that's going to then be stepped commission, and it increases as their competence grows. Now, early on, commission is usually going to be supplementary. It's not going to be transformational in their business. It's just going to be a little bit of an extra. So if you're earning 24 basic with modest bonuses, total earnings are often going to sit around, say, 26 to 32,000 roughly in year one. So that's what you got to kind of budget in your head for a maybe employed advisor. So then, can a trainee mortgage broker be self-employed? Yes. Some people train whilst they are self-employed, but this is much less common and often misunderstood. A self-employed trainee typically is qualified already. They're working under a principal's supervision. They are paid only when cases complete, and they have no guaranteed income whatsoever. Now, typical earnings in this route is a little bit different. So from your first kind of 3 to 6 months, you'll be lucky if you're making £1,500 per month. If you're lucky, probably zero. From your months 6 to 12, looking at maybe 1,500 to say 3,000 per month. And year one could probably total out about 15 to 25,000 in that very first year. Now, this route suits people who have savings or financial support in the background. They have low personal overheads. They have a high tolerance as well for delayed income. It's not a better route. It's not sold in it as a better way. It's just slightly different to a different one. You can come in as one way or you can come in the other. Then why are trainee mortgage brokers earning so much lower than expected? Well, many people enter the industry with the wrong mental model, okay? A trainee income is lower because you are significantly slower. You require a lot of supervision. You can't handle any volume really at this point. And someone else, who usually the person supervising you, is going to carry that risk and the responsibility of your advice. Where mortgage brokering is a pay for judgment profession, not a task-based job. So what that means is that judgment is the thing they're paying for, the advice, the experience, and judgment takes time to develop. So then how do earnings change after the trainee stage? Well, this is where the picture shifts quite significantly, okay? Once you're fully competent and authorized, income becomes much more variable, but more importantly, scalable. So typical post-trainee earnings could look at year two. An employed broker could be around 35 to 50,000. Strong employed brokers could be doing over 60,000, and self-employed brokers could be doing 70 to 150 with the right systems. They could go even more of that. Now, the key difference isn't qualification here. It's volume, confidence, systems, and client flow. So then what factors have the biggest impact on trainee mortgage broker pay? Well, not all trainee roles are equal at all. The biggest income drivers are going to be, number one, does the firm's structure support faster progression? Some firms train you slowly and safely. Others, they're going to push responsibility early. Number two then is, where do the client's leads come from? So you're going to have maybe warm provided leads that's going to equal a much faster learning and higher earnings quicker, or self-generated leads, which is going to be slower but stronger long-term skills. The third thing you have is that how much admin support is provided. Less admin is going to mean more client exposure, but more admin is going to be slower earning progression. The fourth thing you have then is, does your background give you an advantage over other people? So sales, banking, advisory experience often leads to a higher starting pay. It'll also probably lead to you getting faster signed off at CAS, which is competent advisor status. So then what is the real trade-off in the trainee phase? The trainee mortgage brokering isn't about maximizing your income. It's about buying competence with time. You are trading short-term earnings for long-term autonomy and income potential. Those who rush income, they often stall. Okay, those who focus on foundations, they usually accelerate significantly later. So is becoming a trainee mortgage broker worth it? Well, for the right person, yes, absolutely. It's a great option, but only if your expectations are very realistic. If you need immediate high income, stability from day one, guaranteed monthly pay growth, this stage will feel uncomfortable and maybe sometimes even unbearable, especially early on. Now, if you value, though, skill development, you value long-term earning control, and also building something that's durable and is yours, then the trainee phase is a temporary cost, but it's not the destination. So what should you really take away from trainee mortgage broker earnings? Most successful mortgage brokers don't earn much in their first year. Some people do, but what separated them wasn't luck. It was patience, structure, and the willingness to stay long enough for the actual curve to turn upwards. And when it does, it's pretty big. You see, the trainee earnings are modest, but the opportunity beyond them is absolutely not. But the big thing to understand here is, how does commission work as a mortgage advisor? So if you want to know how that works, check out this video on screen right now.